We have a fresh week, fresh start this week. We're going to start today by just kind of going over our expectations for today and the week. This is our last full week before you get a well-deserved break. So let's make sure you work hard. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And
excuse me, Miss Self-Check.
Yes.
What page are we on for the student
24.
workbook?
24.
24. Thank you.
Okay, so when you go into your Schoology page, today is Monday, December 14th. So that's where you're going to click. Hopefully you've done this already so that you're prepared for today. Today is Monday, so you would click on Monday's folder. You're going to see that before class, you should have watched the lesson 5 video. Someone who watched the lesson 5 video, who can give us a little summary of what you saw there?
Hey, Miss Self-Check, what page are we on?
24.
Okay.
Who can tell me what you watched in the video today? Ilea?
Like trying to like multiply numbers to find the answer using place value.
Okay, very good. So we go back to that place value chart and it's multiplying. Who else can I have someone else tell me that what we're going back to, something that should be familiar to us? Something, Corday, let's put the snack down. You're in math class now, okay? Get your pencil. Yep, let's get yourself. We need to focus. It's about 1 hour. As long as we focus and work for this hour, then we can get off. But all these little interruptions, I want to just try to work your hardest to focus for, give me 45 minutes. Let's see. Sophia, did you watch the video today? No. Okay. Unprepared. Okay, guys, this is not new though. You have to watch it so you're ready, because right now it's like you're coming into practice and you haven't learned anything yet. The video goes back to something that we used a lot at the beginning of the year. Who can tell me what the video, Nevaeh?
Place value charts.
Okay, we already said that, but what are you using in the place value chart?
Discs.
Very good, discs. So today in this Zoom, we're going to be
right there. And I was like,
the must do problems for lesson 5. They begin on page 24. Right here, it tells you, if you would like to complete the problems with me, join my Zoom. This is what we're doing today. At the end of class, I'll go over with these other 2 things for you, what you need to do after class. But the important thing is you have to get on here and look at what's expected of you for the day. So many people, I've been getting messages, is there a Zoom today? What do we do today? And I'm not going to answer you. I'm going to direct you back to this page.
ugly. And then you're like, I'm just.
Okay, whoever keeps unmuting yourself, it's distracting everyone on the Zoom. I'm going to direct you back to this page when you ask the questions, because you need to be able to look at this and know and understand what you need to do. Okay, so before we get started, does anyone have any questions about the things that I went over so far with you today? If you do, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask. Okay, so now we're going to do the must do problems for today. So now this is when you want to have your student workbook out. I'm going to zoom in on mine so it's easier for you to see. And at the end of the video, the teacher tells you what the must do problems are. I always write them down up here so I know. So we must do problems 3 through 6. Now, if for some reason you can't make it to the Zoom, later on, I have this posted on my page and you can click on it and complete the problems with me just to give you some support and some help. So the directions say, Caliana, do you need something?
What page is it?
24. Draw place value discs to represent the value of the following expressions. So we're going to go down to number 3.
Mr. Check.
Yes?
Can I go fill my cup with some water?
Okay. Okay, Duran, go ahead and read number 3.
Two times 300.
Okay, so now, Colin, the first thing that we need to do is we need to do a drawing. So we want to represent this in the place value chart. Do you have any idea how we can represent 2 times 300 in this chart? What place value are we working in?
Draw the hundreds.
Okay, so we're in the hundreds place. So we want to show 300s. So how many discs should I draw in the hundreds place, Reese?
3
3.
discs.
So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 300s. Now I'm going to circle these. Cooper, how many groups of 300 do I have in this chart?
3.
No, how many? Please turn your camera on so I know that you're here. How many groups do I have here? I have 3 discs. And how many group? 1. How many groups do I have to have if I'm doing 2 times 300?
2.
2. So I have 1 group of 300, 2 groups of 300. Zoe, I want you to count how many hundreds I have total. Count these for me. I'll touch them, you count them. 100, 200,
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and 600. And also we know that we could also do this. We could put both
okay,
of our
hold on 1 second with that thought. Okay, so first we're going to show this in words. So we did 2 times 300 was how many hundreds, Zoe?
You did it with 600s.
600. So right here, we're going to write 600s. What were you going to say, Zoe? Something about
I was going to say we could put the zeros in our answer.
Well, first,
and we
before
could
you
do
put the
3
zeros in
times
your answer,
2.
what do you have to do first?
You have to multiply 3.
Nope, stop.
To the
You said
2.
I have to put the 2 zeros in my answer. You can't just put 2 zeros here. You have to take them from somewhere.
You have to take them from the 300.
Okay, so I'm going to cross those off and I put them in my answer. And you're left with what basic fact?
2 times 3.
Equals?
6.
So we have
So that
600 here, and here using words, we have 600. So Briley with a B. Over here, I want to fill in this equation. 300 times 2 equals what? Briley with a B.
600.
Very good, 600. So we're going to learn how to solve problems that look this way. And we already know how to solve problems using the horizontal method. But for today, this is the beginning of the introduction. They want to see if you can establish where the discs go and how many groups that you have. Okay, Sunny, help me with number 4.
Do you want me to start with
Read the problem.
2 times 3,000?
Okay, so we need to solve 2 times 3,000 here. So, Sunny, what place value are we working in?
In the thousands place?
Okay, we're in the thousands place. How many thousands do we have here?
3.
Duran, are you writing this down in your book, in your workbook? I don't see you moving your pencil at all. All I see you doing is playing with the screen. So we're going to draw 3,000s. And I'm going to circle that because that's one group. Izzy, in the problem, 2 times 3,000, how many groups of 3,000 do we want to have?
2.
So I'm going to draw another. Reese, go ahead and count how many total thousands I have.
1, 2.
What? Let's count 1,000.
1,000, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000.
Okay, so we know that 2 times 3,000 just gave us 6,000. We need to figure out how to put this in words. How do we put this in words? So Trace, how many we need to figure out what did I times by what to give me my answer. So help me fill in this line. How many times did I multiply in number 4? How many groups did I make?
2 times.
Okay, what did I make 2 groups of?
3,000.
Okay, so I'm going to write here 3,000 gave us what, Trace?
6,000.
Very good. Okay, if you think back to a few months ago, Maria, remember whenever I said I was going to help you guys become bilingual and I would teach you how to translate math words into numbers? Do you remember that? Okay, so Maria, we're going to make this into an equation. So I have the number 2 here. What symbol means the same thing as the word times? What operation is this word? What does it look like?
An X?
Yep. Okay, and then how would I write this, not using any words?
3, 0, 0, 0.
What about the word is? What does that look like, not using a word? What symbol means the same thing as is?
Equals sign.
Yep. And then how do I write this without using words?
6, 0, 0, 0.
Okay, so look, boys and girls, this right here, Maria translated these words and numbers into a specific equation. What do you notice about this equation? Can anyone observe anything? Do you see it anywhere else? Does it look familiar to you? Tyler?
Izzy has her hand up. Izzy. She has her hand up.
Okay, so did Tyler. Go ahead, Tyler.
Looks like 2 times 3,000 equals 6,000 at the very top.
Very good. It matches what we started with. So we took this in numbers, this equation, and then we drew it using our place value chart. Then we were also able to write it and explain it using place value words. And then, Noah, let's sit up, put the pencil in your hand, and let's go. I'm still waiting from your work from last week. So you have no business to be putting your head back relaxing. Yeah, I see the book in your hand, but you should be writing and paying attention because you're going to see tomorrow, you're going to have to take an exit ticket quiz on this. You can show me that all you want, but you are behind. So I don't want to see your head laying back. Got it? Then Maria translated it into numbers for us. So now, Julian Pletcher, right here, I have 3,000 times 2. What's our final answer?
6,000.
You got it, 6,000. And we solved that already here, over here to the left. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to number 5. Number 5 looks way different from numbers 3 and 4. What's the difference in number 5? Chase?
There's a lot of multiplication problems and not a place value chart.
Very good. We have no charts, so you do not need to draw these. You're going to solve them using really whatever strategy that you feel most comfortable with. We're going to do one row at a time. Okay, so put your finger on row A. Corday, put your finger on row A. Corday, put your finger on row A. Corday, what does letter A say? Look at it. You shove your book in front of you. Read me, letter A. You have to unmute yourself. Click unmute yourself on the computer. Corday, click unmute yourself. Something should pop up that says unmute. I just clicked it for you.
What's she asking?
Go ahead and read letter A for me. Just read what's in the box.
I think he don't think he's on the right book.
Well, we're in the current math book that we've been working on. We're in lesson 5. That's on page 25. The outside cover should say Eureka Math, grade 4, module 3.
I have module 1.
Never finished with that one. That's the one.
We
Put that
did
one
have
in your-
the right
Put
kind
that
of
one
book.
in
We
your
just didn't have the right
backpack to come
module.
back to school. Okay, let's have Jack Wilson. Can you read letter A for me?
There's nothing in my book.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, put it in your book bag, Corday. That'd be a safe place to put it because we're done with chapter 1. Go ahead, Jack. Read letter A.
20 times 7.
Read B.
3 times 60.
Read C.
3 times 400.
Read D.
2 times 800.
The row that Jack just read to you is what you're going to solve first. So you're going to be put in a breakout group. Give you about, we'll say, 3 minutes total, because I don't think that you'll need even 1 minute per question. Make sure, Julian, please stop typing in the chat. You should be working, Julian Dixon, looking at your paper and making sure you understand what we're doing next. So you're going to be working in a small group of 3 to 4 people. You're going to solve A through D. I'm going to be popping into each of your groups to make sure that you guys are talking about each one, telling how you're solving. Either you could do one person per problem, or you can solve each of them together. And then in 3 minutes, we'll come back and share what you did, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. Okay, once you get a request to join a group, go ahead and click on it. Soren, are you looking at your screen? Duran? Where did you go? Stop turning your screen off. I'm not counting you as being here when your screen's off because you're not paying attention. You're supposed to be working with a group right now. Why are you still in this main group? Duran,
Yes,
what are you doing?
I went to go get my charger.
Okay, do you notice there's no one else around? Your group already started without you.
Okay, can I join?
Yeah, let's go.
First. Me? All right, 20 times 7 is 140.
Okay, so Carson, explain to them. Well, don't just say your answer. Tell them what you're doing to solve it.
Okay. So I did 20 plus 20 plus 20 7 times.
Did you guys get started in this group yet?
Yes, we're finished.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you guys tell me, how did you solve problem D?
We did 2 times 8, which is 16, and then just add 2 zeros, and that's 16,000
Ooh, not 16,000.
and 1,600.
Very good. Julian, what's another way of reading the problem 1,600? So it's written like this, right? Can you, oh, hold on. Can you see my screen or no?
No.
Sorry. Now can you?
Yes.
Is that how you have it written?
Yes.
Okay, so that looks like 1,600. Where could your comma go?
After the 6.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay, now remember, we count from the left. 1. How many, do you remember how many spots we count?
After the 1.
There you go. 3 spots, remember? So we have 1, 2, 3, comma. Now, how would we read this? Remember, chunk it together. What's that? 1 what?
1,600.
Very good. So you can say 1,600 or 1,600. All right, I'm going to give everyone, you guys can, why don't you quiz each other on some facts for 1 minute, and then I'll invite everyone back to the group, okay? All right, see ya.
Now I'm a subject.
Okay, remember guys, I don't know if you got my message. I tried sending everyone a message that said, use your if you're already finished with the page, use your last minute to quiz each other on facts. Okay, so whenever we do these groups, don't come back as soon as you're finished. I want you to stay working with your groups for the whole time, okay? I tried sending that in a message and maybe you ignored it or maybe it just didn't go to you guys. But I see Miss Jameson's group's the only one that listened. They're still working. They're still quizzing in there. Now everyone's back. Yes, Jack. Yes, Jack.
When I got the message, I only got like a few seconds to read it, and then the breakout room leave just popped up.
Did it
So I didn't
close out
really
on
have
its
much-
own?
No, it said it gave us the warning to leave the breakout room, but like I got to see the message for only like about 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know.
I didn't see it at all.
Okay, let's go ahead and check your work. Sarah, go ahead and tell me how your group solved letter A.
So you put the 0 from the question into the answer, and then 2 times 7 equals 14. So the answer is 140.
Great job. Okay, letter B, Carter.
Go.
B is 3 times 60, so you take the 0 off and put it in your answer, and then you do 6 times 3, which equals 18, and then your answer is 180.
Nice job. Okay, Carissa, D. I'm sorry, C.
Um, 3 times 400 equals 1,200.
Okay, I want you to explain how you did it.
We added 3 times 4 and we got 12, and then we knew it was 1,200.
Okay, well, you just don't know that though. So you can't just know it. So if you have a problem, an equation like this, what should you do first?
You add
We don't
3
add anything. We're multiplying. So we see this really.
You multiply 3 times 4.
So, but we have more than 3. Julian Dixon, can you mute yourself, please? If it's not your turn, you need to be muted. So we have a big fact here. This is an extended fact. If you want to multiply 3 times 4, you need to do something so that you only have 3 times 4. So what do you need to do?
You need to multiply 3 times 4 and then you get the 12.
You can't multiply 3 times 4 because you have 3 times 400. You can't just forget about the zeros. If you're going to multiply 3 times 4, you need to do something with your zeros first. What should you do? Where are your glasses?
They're broken.
Okay. Okay, so look at what we did in the other two. If you were listening, both people who explained A and B explained what to do. So it sounds like you really want to multiply 3 times 4, and I understand that because that's way easier than 3 times 400. But you have to do something to get the basic fact 3 times 4. What do you need to do to get that basic fact? Carter, can you go back to letter B and give your explanation, what you told us, so Carissa can hear it again?
Yeah. So it's 3 times 60. So you put your 0 from 60 in your answer, and then you do 6 times 3, which equals 18, and then you get 180.
Okay. Now, Carissa, let's see if you can use that same process. How did Carter get 3 times 6 without those zeros? What did he do with those zeros?
Um,
Were you listening to Carter's explanation? Okay, what did he say? What did he do? Look at the box. What did he do in his original problem so that he could have 3 times 6 only?
he crossed out the 0.
Okay, so we're going to take these off, and where can we put them? You want to move them directly where? You want to move them directly to your answer because you can't forget about them. So now you're left with 3 times 4 equals what? What's 3 times 4?
12.
Okay, so what's your answer for letter C?
1,200.
Okay, very good. Okay, Sunny, how about letter D?
You can shut the door.
You're muted, Sunny. Still can't hear you. Hayden Garland, if you're going to be here, I need your screen on. Okay, Zoe, go ahead. Letter D.
So letter D is
Talk nice and loud. Read letter D.
letter D is, so you cross out both zeros.
Read the problem, Zoe.
So you cross out.
Read the problem.
I am.
It doesn't say cross off. What does letter D say? Read the equation, what you're starting with.
2 times 800.
Okay, now you can tell us how to solve.
So how you solve is you cross out both zeros, and then you do 2 times
Not
8.
yet. You need to do something with the zeros as soon as you cross them off.
You need to put the zeros in the answer.
Yep, you don't want to forget about them.
You do 2 times 8, which that equals 16, and then the answer is 1,600.
Okay, Noah, read letter E. You muted yourself again.
7 times 30.
Okay, Noah, how can I make this easy for myself? What can I do with that 0?
Take away the 0.
And where do I
And
put
then
it?
7 times
Hold on.
3.
As soon as I take my 0 off, what do I need to do with it? I don't just throw it in the garbage. I take it off.
Put it on the side.
Put it in my answer. So I'm left with what fact?
7 times 3
equals?
And 7 times 10.
No, that's 7 plus 3. This is 7 times 3.
21.
Very good. So what is 7 times 30, Noah?
210. 210.
Very good. My ugly too. Okay, Chase, letter F.
60 times 6. So you cross out the 0, put it in your answer. You're left with 6 times 6 equals 36.
Very good. Okay, let's see. Who else haven't I heard from yet today? How about Nolan, letter G?
4 times.
Read the problem first, honey.
400 times 4. First, up the 2 zeros.
Hold on. If you are not Nolan, please mute yourself. Okay, Nolan, try to talk nice and loud, honey. I took off my 2 zeros and 400.
You put the 2 zeros in the answer.
And what basic fact are you left with?
4 times 4.
Equals?
16.
So your final answer is?
1,600.
Very good. Nina, letter H. Read it.
So 4 times 8,000.
Okay, what am I going to do?
So you cross out the zeros. And then you put them in your answer.
How many are there, Nina?
There are 3.
Okay. What basic fact am I now left with?
4 times 8.
Equals?
32.
Final answer?
32,000.
Very good. Carson, letter I.
$50 times 30. Cross out the zero.
Hold on. Hold on. Read that again. It's not 50 times 30.
5 times 30.
Hold on 1 second. Julian Dixon, where are you?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch.
Julian, where are you? What are you doing?
Siri was
Unmute yourself, Julian. Where were you?
I don't know what you did for number D.
Wait, where did you go? Why was I looking at an empty couch? And why are you chewing? Come on. People have things to do today. You have homework tonight. I don't want to make everyone sit here. Where are you keep going? Why do you keep leaving the screen? Where were you?
I was looking for my
Where's your pencil? Where's your notebook, your student workbook? Show me the chart for number 5. Hold it up to the camera so I can see it. It's blank. Look at how many we've done that you're not following along with. Stop leaving the screen. You can have your snack after math. Everyone will be finished a lot quicker if I have to stop playing Zoom police. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
You have no way of asking me for help or any questions when you have no business even asking for help if you're not even in the screen. Okay, sorry, Carson, for interrupting you. Go ahead and read letter I again, please.
5 times 30.
Okay, Carson, how can we make this a basic fact?
Cross out the zero, put it in your answer. And 5 times 30 is 15.
No, 5 times 30 is not 15.
Or 5 times 3 is 15.
Good. What's 5 times 30?
150.
Good. Okay, Corday, read letter J. Go ahead and read it. Oh, you have no volume. What happened to your volume? Hunter, read letter J.
5 times 60.
All right, Hunter, tell me what to do.
Okay, so 5 times 60. So cross out the 0 and 60. Put it in your answer. And then you're left with the simple fact 5 times 6, which equals 30.
And so 5 times 60 equals?
300.
Nice job. Okay, Orlando, letter K.
5 times 400.
Okay, Orlando, how can we make this a basic fact? What should you do? Corday, you should be writing this down.
Cross off the 2 zeros, put them in your answer.
Very good.
And then you're left with the basic fact, which is 5 times 4 equals 20.
Nice job, Orlando. So what is 5 times 400?
5 times 400 is 2,000.
Very good. Okay, one more. Sophia, letter L.
Um, 8,000 times 5. You take the 3 zeros and you put them in your answer, and then 8 times 5 is 40, and so the answer is 40,000.
Very good. Okay, so a lot of you, if you look at your exit ticket from Friday, the ones that you missed were ones where you really weren't paying attention to the zeros. So you have to go back then, and when you're trying to find the missing factor, some of you guys were just throwing zeros in there. You have to go back and solve again and make sure you put whatever you put in for one of your factors still gives you the same answer or product. Okay, we have one question left of our must-do set, and it's a story problem. So I have not heard from Gracie yet. Gracie, go ahead and read number 6.
Brianna buys 3 packs of balloons for a party. Each pack has 60 balloons. How many balloons does Brianna have?
Very good. Thank you. Nice reading. Olivia, tell me what's important in this problem. What should I underline?
3 packs of balloons and 60 balloons.
Something else is super important, Olivia. We need to know that. What is 60 balloons?
Each pack.
And then we need to figure out how many balloons does Brianna have. So we're going to do 2 things here. I want you to divide this working space in half. Over here, I want you to write picture, and over here, I want you to write equation.
Everywhere. So.
Okay, Nevaeh, can you help me with the picture? If you look back at this story, what does Brianna buy?
Oh.
3 packs of balloons.
So what could I draw to show that?
3 bags of balloons.
Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 packages of balloons. What else do we know in this story, Nevaeh, that I could add? What do we know about each of these packs of balloons?
They all have 60 balloons in them.
They all have 60 in them. So here's 60 balloons, here's 60 balloons, and here's 60 balloons. What are we trying to figure out, Nevaeh?
How many balloons she has?
Okay, so Nevaeh, what's 60 plus 60? Nevaeh, what's 60 plus 60?
No, I don't know this.
360?
No, 60 plus 60. Not times. Just add them together. What's 60 plus 60? We're going to show this 2 different ways. Carson, what's 60 plus 60?
120.
How'd you get 120?
I crossed out both of the zero.
No, you didn't. What's 0 plus 0?
Oh, I put 0 plus 0 is 0, and I did 6 plus 6 is 12.
Okay, so now we have to add another 60. So Carson, what's 120 plus 60?
180.
Okay, so in these 3 packs, how many balloons do we have?
180 balloons.
Okay, so that's how we use a drawing. Soren, are you still here? Isla, are you still here?
Yeah.
Isla, how can I use multiplication equation to solve 3 packs of balloons with 60 balloons in each pack?
You write 3 times 60.
Okay, and how do I solve that?
You look back at the picture equation and you get.
Well, hold on, honey. Instead of using the picture, I want you to tell me how I can use multiplication to solve. So
You
just
cross
like,
out the 0.
Mhm.
And you have the basic fact 3 times 6, which is 18.
So when we solved using
Yeah.
multiplication, how many balloons did we get?
180.
Does that match our drawing? Yep, so they match. So we know, and we've been talking about, what do you know about multiplication, Soren? What's the relationship between addition and multiplication? How are they similar?
Are you talking to me?
Is your name Soren?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
What was the question?
What's the relationship between multiplication and addition?
It is that division is reversed.
No, you're not listening. What's the relationship between multiplication and addition?
That multiplication is just like
Help him out, Jack.
Times addition. Like multiplication is kind of like addition. It's like if you're doing the problem multiple times.
Okay, it's not kind of like addition. Multiplication is repeated addition. So when you first learn multiplication, that's what you learn. 5 times 3 is 5 plus 5 plus 5. If you're stuck, Soren, take the mask off. That's why you don't know what the question is, because you're busy playing. If you get stuck on a multiplication fact, you can always revert back to addition by adding that number over and over again. Okay, now you're going to see that we're going to get more involved in multiplication. That's why you're going to see this as your assignment almost every day. Ilea, read that for me where it says fact practice.
Fact fluency is going to be so important as we move forward to multiplying big numbers. Complete 10 minutes of basic multiplication fact practice. You can choose the method.
Thank you. I love your little microphone. I can hear you so well with that. Some ideas are, if you have flashcards at home, you can Google so many different games online, but it has to be what operation, Caliana? Sit up. You're not supposed to be laying down. This is math class, not nap time. Julian Pletcher, your online game needs to be what operation? What do I want you to focus on?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. There are tons of games online for you to choose from. If you don't have, you have to give up your computer for maybe a brother or sister, you don't have a computer, you can ask anyone at home to do oral practice. That means, Reese, didn't I give you an idea? What's the idea that I gave you earlier? How could you play fact practice with your friends?
You could like FaceTime them and then you could like test each other.
Right. Oh, you could sit there back and forth and just say 5 times 5, 4 times 8, 7 times 3. That's orally. That means just using your mouth. Hayden, what's the last thing, the last option I gave you? What else could you do down here?
Do we have any math games?
Can you see that, Hayden? I don't know if you're talking. I can't see your mouth moving. All I see is the top of your head. Do you have any volume? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so play a math game at home. Now, we play Top It at school a lot. If you have a deck of cards at home, you could pull out the numbers that you want and just pull 2 cards and multiply those. You could make your own deck. You could just cut up pieces of paper, put numbers on them, pull 2 random ones, and those can be the numbers that you multiply. You have to start practicing your facts because we're going to get more involved where you can't really, thank you, Hayden, I see your message. I don't know why we couldn't hear you. You have to get more, just like your reading fluency that you practice with Mrs. Thomas, you need to get your math fluency quicker and more accurate. Okay, so your homework today is to finish any problems on page 24, 25, 26. So I see there is number 1, 2, 7, and 8. That's what you have to have done for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Zoom, I'll start by asking for your answers for these. If you don't have them done, remember, your completed work counts as your attendance. And you also have 10 minutes of fact practice to do. So these are the 2 things left for you to do before tomorrow. Now, what you need to start doing is look ahead. So you might be wondering, what do you have in store for you tomorrow? Look at Tuesday's folder. This tells you, so if you say to me, do we have a Zoom today? I'm going to say, check your folder. Riley with an R. If you look at your Tuesday folder, do a little skim, and then I want you to tell me if there is a Zoom tomorrow.
Yes, there is a Zoom tomorrow.
How do you know that?
It says if you attend the Zoom, and it also says, please join my 1 o'clock Zoom.
Very good. So if you come to class tomorrow, we're going to be doing the lesson 5 homework. If you don't come to class, you have to send those to me. If you do come to class, you don't have to send them. Tomorrow, you also have an exit ticket to do and fact practice. So I'm not saying that you need to do Tuesday's work today. No, not at all. What am I telling you that you should be doing to know what's expected of you tomorrow, Izzy? What should you be doing?
Checking it to be prepared.
Just look at it. Then you know if there's a Zoom. I'll tell you now, on Wednesday, I'm going back to my doctor for my ankle. So on Wednesday, there won't be a Zoom, but it tells you if you look at Wednesday's folder. So you won't need to ask. You have these resources. You can know for yourself. Peyton, I can't tell if your arm, if you froze or if your hand's raised. Did you have a question, honey? I think you might be frozen. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Questions about what we did today? Questions about what you need to do after class? Questions about how you can be better prepared for tomorrow? Are we sure? Just so these people know, Hayden Garland, Corday, Duran, Orlando, Caliana, Sophia, I did not get any science from you for last week. So that was a 0 for that quiz. You have new science assignments starting today. That's for everyone. This week, we're doing lesson 2. So there's a video for you to watch, something for you to write to me, pages in your science book to read and complete, and another quiz. But you have all week to do it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's not due until Friday, okay? Noah.
What's the pages of our homework again?
for math?
Yeah. Yes.
24 and 26.
Okay.
Circle them. 24 and 26.
26.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be doing the lesson 5 homework together. So then you won't have to do it by yourself. So if you're able to come at 1, I'll see you at 1 tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye, Miss.
Okay, stop recording. Stop.